In this case, we've declared something called int our ints. So the square brackets at the end of this tells us that we're creating something called an array, which is one type of a collection. We've given it a name called our ints, and we have assigned some values, 3, 5, 6, 23, 95, 45, 32. So we've thrown some values into this array. An array is just simply a in-memory representation or a collection of specific values, and in this case, integer values. I've created that because I wanted you to see how the for each loop works. Up here, we simply counted up to 10 or up to 9 because we did less than 10 up here. In this case, we actually have a collection of values that we're going to iterate over. So that's key. When you think about for each, think about iteration. Within our for each parentheses, we say for each int item. So I've declared a data type of integer called int. I've given it a name called item. And I said for each integer item that's in my array int, so within this integer array, I want you to do a console.writeLine item. I don't have to worry about setting up what's known as a sentinel value, which is a value that determines when the loop should end, because I've simply said for each item in here, I want you to do this. And the for each knows that when it's finished, it stops the execution of the loop. So let's do a control F5, and you can see indeed it simply iterated over the entire array and printed those values out to the screen. So a similar concept to the for loop, but it works much better when we're dealing with collections of objects. Let's comment this out with our control C, and let's have a look at something called the while loop.